students of class 10 CBSE. I am here with a new lesson from the book Footprints Without Feet, and that lesson is a question of trust. The title of the story is a question of trust. What is a question of trust? What trust do you think this story is talking about? Can there be a trust between two dishonest people? Have you ever thought of that? That people involved in illegal activities, do they enjoy each other's trust? Do they depend on each other? Yes, though they are doing dishonest activities, but they depend on each other and they trust each other. Now, another question I ask you, that what is more important? And is important or means is important? Students, do you know what is and? And is the goal. And means goal and means method or ways to reach the goal. Suppose you want to pass the examination. This is your and. But you write the examinations very honestly. So if you write the examinations honestly, this is the right means, pure means. So our means should be pure, our and should be pure. The method that you employ or adopt to achieve your goal is important, or goal itself is important. Okay, 1,000 questions are there, and as you know this story, you will be able to answer these questions. A question of trust. There is a man in the story called Horace Denby. Horace Denby, he is a 50-year-old man. He is a bachelor. So there is a housekeeper who looks after him, and he enjoys good reputation in the society. He is considered to be a very good person, and he is engaged in lock making activities. He makes locks and he earns enough to keep 2 helpers. He is considered to be honest and respectable, but the reality is that he is not thoroughly honest, but his dishonesty is of different kind. He commits theft once a year, only once a year. But he does not commit theft to collect money, to enjoy his life. He commits theft to buy costly and new books. He is a avid book reader. He is a bookworm, in fact. He loves reading books, and he loves to read new books, costly books, expensive books. Okay? So, but because he can't earn enough through his trade, through his work, so he has to commit a theft once a year to raise enough money for his books. You have got me? That he commits theft for buying books. Aim is very good, but method is wrong. As I pointed out, as I asked you the question right in the beginning, what is more important? And or means? So, as I told you, he commits theft once a year to buy costly or expensive books. Once it so happened that there was a house which was quite rich. The family had gone somewhere else, they were out of a station, and there were 2 servants whose job it was to look after the house in their absence. The name of the place was Shotover Grange. It was a rich home, and the owner of the house was a rich person. So here was a chance for him, because the family had gone out of his station and there were only 2 servants. But he surveyed everything. I mean Horace Denby. He saw its wiring, paths and garden, everything. And he decided how to enter the house, how to break into the house. One day, the 2 servants went to watch a movie. And here, Horace Denby had a chance. He broke into the house. Okay. He knew where was the key. Key was hanging on the door of the kitchen. As he opened the door, a dog was there. The name of the dog was Sherry. The dog stirred. It became active and started barking. But he had collected enough information. Horace Denby had done enough homework. So he knew what was the dog's name, and he had a theory, and it worked. If you know the name of the dog And if you behave with the dog very nicely, lovingly, dog will not be a problem. And this is what he did. He entered the house. He knew where the safe was. Safe means a box which is projected into the wall, inside the wall, which contains jewelry and valuable items. He knew where the safe was and he would break the safe. Safe was under a very ordinary painting. Okay, and he was to break open the safe. But as I told you in the beginning, that he had one problem, one physical health problem, that he had hay fever. He developed hay fever and he was very sensitive to the smell of flowers, particular flowers which caused him sneezing. And because of hay fever, he felt tickle in the nose and he started sneezing. So he started sneezing because there was a pot of flower in the drawing room table. The smell of flowers were hitting his nostril, so he started sneezing. So his work was getting hampered. He was feeling disturbed and obstructed. Then a voice addressed him. Have you caught cold? Or you have hay fever? Without verifying from where the voice came, he just managed to say hay fever because he was troubled by sneezing. Then the voice again made it clear to him that someone was in the house and watching him. As he turned around, he saw in the doorway a beautiful woman in red dress. And she was looking at Horace Denby. And Sari the dog was rubbing against her. He was nervous, Horace, because he was caught red-handed. And she made it clear to him that she was the mistress of the house, owner of the house. This means his game was up. He was caught. Then what he would do? But he tried to have his wits about him. He wanted to have a presence of mind. He knew he was nervous. He was feeling nervous, but he wanted to put up a brave face. So they struck up a conversation between them. They started talking with each other. But that woman made it clear to him that she intended to get him arrested. And she started playing mind game on him. Horace was nervous. Then it appeared that he started showing his intention, what he would do in case she informed the police. He would cut the telephone wire. He would ensure that he had enough time to commit the robbery. But she had answered to all his questions and she obstructed all his ways. And it appeared that Horace was in trouble. Okay. Then he tried to please her. And this lady was playing the game on him, as I told you. She was smiling sometimes. She was speaking sometimes very firmly. And once she put a cigarette into her mouth, then Horace Denby, in order to please her, removed his glove and gave her the lighter to burn the cigarette. Actually, he was flattering her. He thought that by doing this, he would be able not only to buy time for himself, and he would be able to sneak out of the house. Okay. But she made it clear that this was not going to be. He was going to be arrested by the police because he was indulging in unlawful activity. Society must be protected from such people like Horace Denby. His game was up, but she played another game. She said, okay, I can let you go on one condition. I can let you go on one condition if you break open this safe. Horace was surprised. Oh, this is what I have come here for? But why do you want it to be broken open? She replied that actually she had told her husband to take away the jewelry and deposit with the bank, but he could not do. She had to go to the party and she wanted to wear the pieces of jewelry to the party. So actually she had lost the key, or she did not know the number of the safe. So actually if he broke open the safe, she would allow him to go unharmed and his life would be safe. He jumped at the idea, Horace Denby, and he removed his gloves and broke open the safe in 1 hour's time. He got his freedom, he walked away, he was happy, but his attempt had failed. She had foiled his attempt to commit theft. He wanted to buy those books which he loved to read. So after 2 days' time, and she had taken promise from him that from then on he would not commit theft. So having got his freedom, he stayed at home for 2 days. Again he started feeling restless. He wanted to commit a theft for the books. Before he could plan another theft, he was arrested by the police for committing theft at Shotover Grange. He was surprised. He was arrested. He pleaded in the court that the wife of the owner of the house had herself asked him to break open the safe. And that's why he did it. The real owner of the house was present there. And she was a 60-year-old woman with grey hair and very sharp voice. And she rebuffed all his claims. She put him on wrong foot. She proved him wrong, saying that it was all nonsense because I was away from the house. How come that I told him to break open the safe? He realized that the lady in red was not the wife of the owner of the house, but she was another thief. See, by playing tricks on him, by entrapping him with her words, she managed to run away with all the jewelry which was there. In this way, he was caught and he became assistant librarian in the prison, in the jail. Actually, he was arrested before as well, and each time he was arrested, he was to stay in the library because he was a book lover. So it was a positive punishment. And whenever he thought of the lady, he felt betrayed. Whenever anybody told him there was some honor in thief's profession, he was very angry. Thieves were not honorable at all. Actually, thieves were thieves and they were thoroughly dishonest. This means that lady was herself a thief and she betrayed Horace Danby. She broke his trust, and from then on it was a new experience for him, a new education for him. He would not trust another thief. And this is how the story ends, student. Please subscribe to my channel and please write in the comment section. Examinations are not far away. Okay, stay focused, work hard. Have a wonderful day.